All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here. And let's see, there we go. Just missed it. So today is Friday, and we have a great word today to do our virtues pick with. I'm just going to ask everybody if you can, if you enjoy this, go to my YouTube page and channel and subscribe to it, and then that way we can start spreading this message of living and being the best and bringing out the best in ourselves and our children by looking at and talking about and practicing the virtues that are already inside of us. And today our word is accountability. Now, so let's read the description first, and then we're going to talk about it. So accountability is the willingness to stand in responsibility for every choice. It is acting with integrity, doing what we say we will do. When we make a mistake, we do not seek to hide it or avoid it. We have the courage to face it willingly. We are open to the lessons it can bring and ready to make amends. With accountability, people rely on us because we are answerable for our actions. We appreciate both the good we have done and the good to be gleaned from the choices that do not turn out right. We are guided by our highest standards. Wow. So what a great word, and certainly one that all of us as parents want to see in our children. And obviously, it's something that we have to demonstrate ourselves too. So there's a couple of things I think that are standing out to me this morning. And the first thing is that we are the creator of our life. We are the creator of the events and the things that happen to us, that happen around us, and the things that we draw to us. And so when we're willing to stand in that, then it's easier for us to stand in the idea that we're responsible for the choices that we make. And so we're the creator of our life. We're the creator of everything that happens. And I will be honest with you, it's taken me a long time to learn that. And I would say it's only been in the last year or two that it's really become a part of who I am, that I understand that every choice I make, every attitude I have, every habit that I take part in, the whole attitude and mood and personality and everything is something that I've created. And so, that just means that I have to be accountable for and understand that the things that come to me are the things that are the results of what I've done and how I've been. I think the other thing that stands out to me today is this part about making a mistake and not seeking to hide it or to avoid it. So we all make mistakes. We all do things that we probably wonder, why did I do that? And because afterwards we realize that wasn't the best thing for us to do. And for our children, we see them make mistakes, and many times they do seek to hide it, right? Out of fear of disappointing their parents, out of fear of the punishment that might come. And so because of that sort of attitude and way of being, it's difficult for them to learn how to use mistakes as an opportunity to learn, how to use mistakes as a way to guide themselves to a higher standard, how to use mistakes to figure out what they want and what they don't want. And so when we make a mistake, as a parent, how important it is for us to be open about, I made this mistake and now I'm making amends for it. And sometimes making the amends is difficult. And yesterday the word that we had was courage, and it takes a lot of courage many times to make amends, because we're not. I would just say for myself that it's difficult because, maybe I don't believe I was all that wrong, or maybe I believe that the other person made me do it, or maybe I believe that I'm not really responsible for it. And that's why it's so important to get very clear about the idea that we are responsible for the choices that we make. We are responsible for the actions that we take. We are the creators of everything that comes to us. And so being open to that helps our even will help our children to understand and see how they're the lessons that they can learn from making mistakes and not be afraid of making them. So I'll be honest with you, I'm still growing in that area. I don't know about you, but I'm still growing with this idea of not being afraid to make mistakes. And a lot of that comes, from childhood when, when making a mistake was a really bad thing in the eyes of my parents. And there was that fear of the punishment. And so, as a parent, I always want to remember that punishment is always about things in the past, and discipline is always about looking towards the future. And so, discipline is about teaching, and it's about learning from the mistakes, seeing the lessons that we have to learn from that. So, this is such a big word. And again, it involves so many other virtues, and the one that stands out the most to me, I think, is courage. And of course, there's responsibility, and there's the appreciation for our ability to create our own life. All of those things are things that guide us to being our best selves, that guide us to being the person that we are on the inside. We just maybe sometimes resist the idea, and we go in different directions. So it makes it hard for that person that we are on the inside to come out. So it looks like today our internet is like dropping frames like crazy. So we're going to cut this a little bit short. But today I am going to practice this virtue of accountability by just being willing to stand in that responsibility for the choices that I make, and taking the time to think about the choices before I take action on them, to make sure it's really something that I want to do and that demonstrates my best self, my highest standards. So that's my thoughts today about accountability. Saturday and Sunday we'll put a virtue on the Facebook page, and I invite everyone to like our page or our profile. I don't really have a page for that yet, but I really would appreciate it if you took to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, and then that way you can get these reminders that we've done a live again in the morning. So, thank you very much for being here, and keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families: clarity, communication, consistency, and community. So until next time.